Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on QASP. I've done this one a few times before, but wanted to get it updated as today was a very nice day, both price-wise and volume-wise. Looking down here at the volume bars, you can see that today's volume was above average and the most volume it's had for quite some time. Looked pretty close to this bar and this bar here, but regardless, it's one of the biggest top 3 days in the past about 6 weeks or so. And then you also had some good price action to go along with it. You did have some profit taking there, as is seen by the upper shadow, upper wick, whatever you want to call it, upper tail. But overall, a good day. You broke above this red line here, which was a 10-day simple moving average. Still working on a couple other moving averages, and I'll explain that within the video. But overall, a good looking day, and hopefully if this thing's going to start to head back around, this is this sort of first day you would want to see with it. So let's just zoom in here and we can talk a little bit more about things. Now the first kind of idea or concept that I like to explain in these situations is a lot of people think that stocks will drift down and then all of a sudden just reverse. That's really not the case. Stocks will have to go through kind of a little evolution process, or they have to go through certain stages. And the way I look at it is they first need to just stabilize. So stabilize means they just need to start to go sideways. After that, they need to start to bounce. Now, bounces are not the same as reverse. That's where lots of people get confused. I mean, there's such things as dead cat bounces, which means they're fake bounces. But you need to be able to stabilize, bounce, and then at some point in time, you finally are able to reverse. And then after you reverse, you break out, and then you got to start the sequence all over again. So right here, the past, we'll say, 2 weeks, week and a half, we've had the stabilization phase going on where the price has finally started to go sideways. Here, it's still in stabilization. It hasn't closed above this channel, but this is definitely a bullish stabilization now. Is this a bounce? If you're a day trader, yes, for sure this was the bounce. But if you're more of a longer term swing trader or in this for the long run, there's still work to be done, and you can't quite call this a bounce yet. So what sorts of things are we looking for until we can call this a bounce? Well, I will be confident, and this, keep in mind, this is just my opinion, but if you look over here, you can see that there's quite a bit of price congestion right around this area. So what I'm going to do is change this to red because this is a resistance. And right about, this is at, let's say, about 0.025. I would be confident in calling this a bounce if we can get some closes above this level up here. Sure, you could get another green candle here and then maybe another one there. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe if you're, once again, a short-term player, yeah, that would be considered a bounce. But I'm taking this more from the perspective of longer-term holders or longer-term swing traders. What you want to see is a close up above here, because that would show that there's some true strength going on here. What the next test and what the true test at this point in time becomes is this just a one-day wonder? Was this just a one-day thing of volume and now it's just going to keep on going sideways, which isn't bad because that's still stabilizing, but I'm sure lots of people would like to see a bounce here. So that's kind of step number one, is I'd like to see a close above this 0.025, and then I would agree with people saying that, hey, there's a bounce underway. Now the next question becomes, well, when will this bounce, in your opinion, become, a reversal? And my answer to that would be, well, looking up here at areas of price congestion and highs, you can see that this area right here at 0.035, we had, let's go through it. We had a low there. We had, some lows chopped down through it. Had a bunch of price congestion right there. Had another low there. Had a close. Had a high. So needless to say, this 0.035 level has quite a bit of history. And for that reason, I'm going to make that an extra thick red line because it's resistance. But this will be kind of my reversal line, meaning that if the price can get up here, then that's where I'll say, all right, this thing has reversed and is showing some really good signs of strength. And then after that, it could be a move back up here to these highs. But for the time being, we're still in stabilization mode. But I would use both of these levels as kind of your atlas or map in terms of when does each sequence occur. So once again, a close above here would be a bounce, And then if it can get some closes above up here, I would say that a reversal is underway. Will that happen? I don't know. But it's one of those things where lots of people see this day and they'll make it sound like the stock's bouncing. Well, it had one green day, that's not a bounce. Or they'll see something like this, or maybe 2 or 3 green days, and say, oh, it's reversed or it's reversing. Well, not really. I mean, there's quite a bit of work to be done before you can say a stock's reversed. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. In the very short term, what I want to point out is this orange line here is the 200-day simple moving average, and this has been a very good support, but it's now a resistance, and that's what is holding you down right now. You can see all these times right here. This is the top of the channel. The price keeps going up and bouncing off that level, and that's right where you close today. So in the short term, a nice little moral victory would be getting some closes above this orange line here, which is once again the 200-day simple moving average. So that is just one thing you want to keep your eyes on too. So if you do have any other questions on the chart, please let me know. But good day today, nice volume. Hopefully this stabilization turns into a nice bounce. That bounce turns into a reversal, and then you can start getting some breakouts here and getting a nice bullish chart again. So one more time, let me know if you have any questions, and I'd also encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for the emailer, you'll be sent a free ebook, which has been getting very good reviews. With your subscription, you'll get educational pieces, chart setups, trade ideas, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. We've been having some good success together, making some good money. So it's worth giving a try. No strings attached. It's all free. So you really got nothing to lose. One more time, this was QASP. Thanks for listening.